Hi guys, I'm going to be showing you my Steam controller settings for playing Assassin's Creed Origins. Since I love to play any game that I can using the Steam controller, I've come up with settings that are good for this game. So if you don't want to create your own, I'll be sharing mine and I'll be showing you all the controls that I'm using in this video. As you can see, I'm climbing down, which also enters stealth mode. That is using the right grip button on the back of the controller. It's very comfortable and easy to do, while you can still be using your thumbs for moving around and using the camera. Keep that on the grip, and then on my other grip button is the dodge button, which is for combat. So like that, I could be dodging and moving around, all while still having my thumbs free to move and use the camera. So that is on the left grip here. If I pull the left trigger like that, it's just like with the regular gamepad. It'll aim the bow, and I have it so that when you pull out the bow to aim, it activates gyro aim. So I can tilt the controller like you see I'm doing there, up and down, to aim the bow, and it's a lot of fun. I like to use gyro aim in shooters and games like that, but for aiming the bow, it's a ton of fun also. In this game, the bows are very well done. So use that. And another thing, I tried to follow the gamepad controls, the default ones, as close as I can, but I am using all keyboard bindings because I wanted to have mouse look on my controller on the pad, which is how I prefer to have it. Steam overlay isn't popping up right now. Sometimes it has issues, so I will be uploading it if you want to check it out. But oh, here it goes, it popped up. Let's see if I can show it. Here's all my controls. As you can see, I put crouch and dodge on the grip, and since I moved the dodge button from X, I changed it to photo mode activating, so you can just tap X to activate the photo mode, since there's no use for pressing X when you have it on the left grip. And I'll show off some more. There's just like on the regular Xbox controller or PS4 controller, the left bumper will be the raised shield. When you have the shield raised, press the B button and it parries. And another thing, the right bumper is to do normal attacks, so you can do all the normal attacks like that. Heavy attack is on right trigger, just like on the Xbox controller. So you do that, and then you hold it down, it does the charge up heavy attack. And the left touchpad is just like the D-pad on the controller. It matched it to what it does. If you press right on the touchpad, it will switch your melee weapons. If you hold down right, it will pull out the torch. And then the same thing for the left, will switch bows. And then if you hold down left, it will pull out your tool or gadget, like a sleep dart or something like that, which I don't have right now. I don't have any of those, so it doesn't do it. And then down will do a whistle to attract enemies, and holding down will call your mount, which this is probably not the best place to call the mount. It doesn't even let me call the mount, I guess. So let me climb down so I can call him. You can climb down anywhere in this game, which is pretty cool.
See you maintain the peace, or I will.
So let's see if calling the mount will work now. It does. Here's my horse. Hop on by pressing Y, which is F. That's the only thing to get used to. Since I'm doing a keyboard based bindings, that the prompts will not match your controller buttons obviously, Once you play for like an hour or two, you'll remember the controls, and you don't really need the prompts to match. It's fine.
Whoa.
So if you see on that, when I got on the horse, it said follow the road. Oops. If you want to follow the road to like your objective or something, you hold down the X button,
Whoa.
which will match what it says. If you say X to cancel, hold down X to cancel it, hold down X to follow the road. If you had an objective, it would give you the option to press F to follow it, which would be with the Y button. So I'll press Y, and that would work.
Whoa.
Madman.
See if I can find some combat.
Whoa.
Let's see, I'll show off photo mode now since
Whoa.
there's not really any combat around here. If I'm like, want to enter photo mode, just press the X button. There you go. Photo mode works. You move the stick around, flies the camera around, and you point with the right touchpad. And if you want to like, say I just want to keep this same angle, but I want to move the camera down, I have a mode shift. So if I hold down the A button, or not the A button, let me see, hold down the B button. Yeah, there it is. I have it that it mode shifts the stick to move the offset the camera. Like if you see on the prompt it says hold down left mouse and then move the mouse around, which doesn't really work when I try it like that with the controller. So I made a mode shift. If you hold down the B button, the left stick will offset the camera. So you can just fly it downward if you want, be like that. If you hold down the A button, it brings up a touch menu I created mostly just for the photo mode. See if I have rotate the camera up. If you want to just slightly do it, you can, of course you can move the camera up and down with the right touchpad, but if you want to have it directly up and down, you can have these in the touch menu to do it. And also this rotates it to the side if you want to do that. And lower the camera, just like I was doing earlier, is also in here. It's lower and raise. It's also in this touch menu. You can do it either way. You can do it with the stick if you want, holding down B, or you can do this way. And then tilting the camera is also in this touch menu, so I can rotate. And then let's see what else. Once you enter edit mode, the bindings do different things. Like you see how it says edit mode on left click. So let's do that. You left click, it brings up this cursor, which you can use to set your focus point, like you said. So if I want to focus on him right here, I can click with the right bumper, and the depth of field effect that's active is focused around him. So I can do the scroll wheel, which I have set up, which is another mode shift. If I click in the left touchpad, the right touchpad becomes a scroll wheel vertical, so I can just scroll up and down the pad. So you can see the depth of field, I'm scrolling it down, it's going away. The blur on the background, if I want to bring the blur back, just scroll it up. There you go. See, it all blurs again. So if I just want a smaller amount of depth of field, you can control that. And then they can switch to the other effects for the photo. You press Y, or you can also press these buttons in the touch menu to switch, but Y will also cycle through all of them. So let's say I want to add some saturation, I do that, then I do the same thing, the scroll wheel on the right touchpad to adjust it. I can make it really saturated, or I can desaturate the photo if I want. Get rid of the color if I want to. So we'll have it like that. And then you can switch to another one, which is Tint, which adjusts the colors. You can tint one way, which this makes it like all more greenish and blue. And if you tint the opposite way, it's more reddish tint. do that. I'll leave it right there. You can switch to temperature, which makes the colors warmer or colder. So make it warmer, or be more blue tint if I bring it down here. So let's keep it like that. It's also vignetting, which darkens the corners of the screen. If you want to do that, I'll leave it like that. Exposure, make it really bright, or really dark. There. And there's noise, which is like film grain, so you can add that if you want. All this works super easily just using the touchpads here on the controller. Very nice and easy to use. So anything else to show? Oh yeah, the filters. If I have the touch menu up, these tilting controls change the filters when you're in edit mode. So you can use any of these filters if you want to. And then since it changes filters, if you want to start tilting the camera again, you have to go back to composition mode, which will be right click, which is the left trigger. So I do that, enter composition mode again, and then I can do tilt the camera with these same bindings again. And then if I want to go back and change the filter, go back to edit mode. So that's how you do it. That's photo mode, really. If you take the photo, you can take it with the left grip, which is spacebar for dodging. You can also let all the HUD go away and press your binding for another program like Steam to take the picture. If you're in a composition mode, it will work. If you just let it go for a little bit, it all fades out. You can press your binding over there if you want. You can even add a binding to the controller configuration if you want to. So I didn't do that, but if you want, you can change my bindings to however you want them. But just want to give a good starting bindings for you. And I haven't had any trouble playing. Everything works perfectly. So let's see, anything else I haven't shown? Oh yeah, you press up on the D-pad, brings your eagle out, and you can scan around. Boosting is with the left bumper. Works just like it should. Here's some people I can go fight. Let's see if I can do that. And you scan, holding the left trigger enters hover mode. And you can also use gyro aim while you're in this hover mode. That guy is way too tough, but we can try fighting him anyway to show off the combat. I'll probably die. Go back. If you hold down up, it will do the Animus Pulse around you to scan for items to loot. So you can also do that. Let's go chase down that guy and start a fight with him. So we'll dismount by holding Y. And I have my bow ready. Snipe at him. It's gonna do like almost no damage to him. But let's fight him. I think he's alone, which is better. Yeah, he is. Let's start off by sniping him in the head. Only did 36 damage. This guy's crazy tough. So I'll switch to my light bow since he's running a lot. Don't have time to aim. First person. Oh, he killed me. One shot. So, yeah. Let me show some normal combat before. Not someone that's gonna destroy me in 2 seconds. Let's see where I can go. If I double tap the select button, I didn't show that yet, opens the map, and you can zoom in and out the same way photo mode lets you scroll. Hold in the left touchpad, scroll up and down, zoom in and out. Let's see if I can find any enemy camps nearby. Not really. There's a quest over here, I'll just ride over there. Call my mount. And then let me show the rest of the buttons that I didn't show. If you tap the select button, it opens your quests hotkey. So it'll open all these quests. And if you can mouse around to all these, but I have a couple other hotkeys. If you tap in the middle of the touchpad, it'll open the gear menu, the left touchpad.
Ready to start.
See how I tap it right here in the middle. Tapping all around the middle will not do anything, but if you tap in the middle, it'll open the gear menu directly. So that's cool. And like I said, if you double tap the select button, it opens straight to the map. So you can do all that, and then I don't usually look at these that often, so you can just mouse over and click if you want to see these other ones. Abilities, the inventory, scrolling works the same way in the inventory. Escape is the start button, so if you want to exit the menus, you do that. If you open the menu like this with the start button, you can click around and do all the options. Game options, and let's see, I did change 2 of the keybinds in the game, so if you use my controller bindings, you're gonna have to also change these keybinds. For heavy attack, I changed it to O because it was a combination. It was like left shift plus click or something like that, and it wasn't working properly when I bound the multi-button to the trigger. So I just changed the heavy attack binding to the O key. So if you change it to the O key, it'll match up my binding on the controller settings, which will make heavy attack work. Because at the default way, when I bound it on the controller, it would not do a heavy attack. It kept doing normal attacks until you like pressed it a bunch of times until it finally did a heavy attack, which was not satisfying. It didn't work correctly. And then I also changed the primary interaction button to F, which matches the assassinate button, which is how the Xbox controller works. If you press Y, you assassinate, and if you press Y, you do all the talking to people. So I changed it, and it gives you a warning here, like when you try to leave the bindings, it gives you a warning about it that they're the same, which I don't know why. It doesn't cause any issues like it says, so you can just say yes, it's fine, and it all works. Those are the 2 keybind changes. Primary interaction to F, and assassinate on F, and heavy attack is on O. So change those to match it and make sure these controls work properly. That guy's gonna kill me again, so I'm gonna run away. Let's see if I can find anyone else to fight. Oh, also I have bound, since I am doing keyboard bindings, I have, if you hold down the start button, it presses F1 to show the game overlay performance. So if you want to see your performance in game, you can do that. Hold it down again, it gives you more detailed performance graphs. And then if you hold it down again, it gets rid of it. So that's pretty cool. And I've pretty much covered all of the controls, I think. So as you can see, it's very easy to play, and it's a lot of fun if you want to play something else with your Steam controller. So I'll be uploading these settings to the Assassin's Creed Origins page community, as you see there with the R symbol right next to Assassin's Creed, because that's how it's titled on the Steam store if you bought it through Steam. And I want to share it in the community that all of them can see it also. I bought the game through Uplay, so if you also want to see it and you bought it through Uplay, you have to add the game under this title to your Steam library, and it will be called Complete Origins by Redy. It should show up. I will be uploading it today, so hopefully it shows up and you guys can give it a try, or at least give this game a try with the Steam controller. You can do your own settings. Hope you liked the video. Thanks for watching.